Welcome to yet another video. It's raining today. It was supposed to overnight and into the morning, and I think it did. So, we got the order from Amazon. I got 2 oil filters for the 330. I had to get the Amazon order over $25. These things were like $4, so I just kept adding these until it went over so it would ship free, because it was cheaper that way. So I got 2 oil filters, one's in the basement ready for next time. 330 oil filter, it's like half the length of the M5 filter. We got a bunch of butt connectors, 16 to 22 gauge, and then we've got 18 gauge wire, 25 feet in red, same thing in black and in white, so I'll be able to distinguish between them. There's one more order coming, it ships separately, still free, with zip ties and wire taps, although I don't think I'll need that per se for the PDC job. I got an email from ECS. I needed 5 pins, 6 pins, 5 of the normal wiring harnesses. There's probably a million of them in the car. 5 of those, and then 1 weird one. ECS doesn't, nobody has it, they're in Germany, they have to come from Germany. It's the T4 pin speaker for the gong. And I received word that that's delayed until the 21st, and with Memorial Day it might not show up until the 26th. I don't like that. So I called Dave Walter to see just what kind of availability they'd have. They can get them Wednesday. Instead of the 26th, it would be Wednesday. Problem is, they have to buy a bag of 50 for $178.84 or something like that. Hell no, I'm not buying 50 of them for $200. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna have to wait on that. But they do have the other 5, the regular pins. So I'm gonna head down to Dave Walter now. I'm gonna take the radar detector out of the M5. Head down to Dave Walter now, pick up those pins, and then that should mean that today I would be able to wire in the center console switch. And then really, you know, temporarily to see if it works, I could just go ahead and wire in the gong without the pin, and just, you know, it's a peg sticking out of it. I could take a butt connector and crimp it on there and just smash it on the pin. I mean, it would get contact, right? It isn't great, it's not sustainable, but temporarily until I get the correct T4 pin, that could work. So I'm gonna try it. So I'm headed to Dave Walter. Okay, here's my 5 pins with look like about 12, 16-inch leads on them. 30 bucks, saved $7 from ECS. But Dave Walters, they've got 2 of these E93 M3s, the folding hardtop convertibles, and they're both 6 speeds, they're both white. They have an i8 and a 1M inside and a new M6. Here's the M5, E60, or F10. F10 with the 6 speed still here. With the carbon fiber exhaust. That looks ricey to me, I don't like that. D-badge too, put a friggin' badge on it. Strut your stuff. Customer car, E46 M3. The exhaust tips are totally wampus. SMG, oh please. Is it an M? It's an M. That's pretty. X5M. Oh my god, well, busy day. It's now 2:49 in the morning. The last couple hours have been spent with Alex, his cousin John, and Razvan came over, hung out for quite a while. That was a lot of fun. But the majority of the afternoon was spent out here in the garage. So I filmed earlier, been filming all day what feels like for E39 source car DIY stuff. But I went down to Dave Walter, I bought those 5 wires. I came back, I put 4 of them in, the 5th one, they are so fragile at the end, it broke off. So shit. It was 4:11 p.m. on a Friday, traffic down there and back to the dealer to buy the last 2 they had. Traffic was horrendous. Anyways, I got it, and it works. And I am so happy about that, because I've been stressing over this now for, I bought this kit from the M5 board guy at the Cleveland Auto Show, which would have been in March. So here we are in May, and after about 4 or 5 hours labor today, pinning everything, plugging it in, verifying that it works, and then running the wires as neatly as I've ever done wiring work, through the trunk, through the rear firewall, under the trim, took the lower dash apart, up behind the nav, and if we put our key in, close the door so that can shut the hell up, put it in position 2. I'm gonna turn on the lights in here so we can see a little better, and put it in reverse. It lights up, and it's notifying me of the stronger signal in the front through the gong speaker. Friggin' rights. If I were to start the car, get out and push it towards the back, and the back got closer than the front to an obstacle, it would notify me of the back. It is functional. Hell yeah. And then I can control it with the button too. Very cool. So it seems to work as well as it would if it came from factory like that. Haven't driven it yet. It's been raining all evening, so it's actually supposed to rain tomorrow too, so I probably won't drive it for at least a day or two still. But yeah, friggin' rights. So the wiring's really perfect. You can't tell anywhere. I put it under the carpeting down the side of the car. And then in the trunk, we just used a ton of zip ties. Pinned everything in really well. Zip ties along the main harness, below here, under all the electronics, behind the carpeting, through the pre-cut holes. Really, it's very well done, and it's a pretty detailed E39 source video. So it's going to probably be one of the 30-40 minute DIYs. When I did this Sirius on auxiliary install, that was like a 40-minute DIY. It's going to be huge, but it's also the only documented case of anybody that's ever now successfully added those sons of bitches to a 2000 model year E39. So yeah, big progress today. So that means I canceled the Lyric appointment, and now we're fully ready for spring detail. It's done with shop work. It's ready to go. So I'm thinking I'll probably drive it a couple days, and then when the weather breaks, the rain stops next week, I can't really say no in humidity, then we will strip the wax, clay it, and put frickin' 3 days in it and make it perfect again. And then it'll probably sit in the garage for another 2 days because I don't want to drive it. But then we'll start driving it and it'll be fun. So, yes, very successful today. Got a lot of editing to do, but it's damn near 3 a.m. I need to be up in 4.5 hours. I've got a solid 90 minutes of YouTube work to do tonight and emails before I get to bed. And a shower. But I'm going to go do that, and I'll talk to you guys on Saturday. Night.